Ladies and gentlemen, the next inductee is the first member from his class to be inducted into the Hall of Fame. Travis Rodgers, football, track, soccer, wrestling, 1992 graduate. If you were to take out a dictionary and look up the word tight end, you would probably see a picture of Travis. A tight end in our system has to be able to lift with the big linemen, but run with the speedy receivers. Travis, at 6'4", 220 pounds, could do all of that and more. He played 4 sports while at Los Gatos. He wrestled, he played soccer, he did track and field, and he did football. In football, he played on 3 league championship teams and 2 CCS championship teams. His senior year on a CCS championship team, he was the team captain, the most improved player, started at outside linebacker, tight end, long snapper, and played on all special teams. He was voted all-league on both offense and defense. He was all CCS as a tight end and all-state honorable mention. He was ranked as one of the top 14 prospects in Santa Clara County and also as one of the top 100 prospects in the state of California. He was picked to play in the North-South Wiedemeyer All-Star Classic. Not bad for a football career, but this guy played soccer, he wrestled, and then he went out on the track and was fantastic. His track team won 1 league title, but he won 2 league titles in the discus. So he was a 2-time discus champion, and his senior year was the top 5 in CCS in the discus. He still ranks 8th on the Los Gatos all-time discus list. But discus was not his only event. He was number 1 on the team in the discus, the shot put, and the 300 hurdles. And he also competed in the long jump, the triple jump, and ran the 100 meters. Kid must have been tired after a while. He was the top scorer, what a surprise, on the team, and the most valuable player his senior year in track and field. His junior year, I don't know what the heck happened to you, he was only the most valuable player in the field events. That was okay. As a senior, of course, he was one of those who won the Panaghetti Award as the outstanding senior athlete. And his junior year, he won the Junior Award as the outstanding junior athlete. He received a full ride for football to Santa Clara University. Then he closed the football program. Santa Clara did. So he transferred to Cal Poly San Luis Obispo and played 3 years at tight end, including 1 year on a league conference championship team. When you ask what a guy like this does for an encore after all that, one day he was leaving the gym. Recently, Travis saw a man, his car go under the road, off the road into the lake. Travis immediately ran, jumped into the water, pulled the man out of his car, gave him CPR until the paramedics arrived, basically saving the man's life. So you might also find his name in the dictionary under the word hero. But whether he's under there as a hero or a tight end, I can guarantee you one thing. If you look in the dictionary, after his name, they will say Los Gatos Athletic Hall of Famer, Mr. Travis Rodgers. He reads fast.
Let's get in there.
Thanks, Coach. And for those of you that aren't football fans per se, the tight end, football tight end. You know, I don't want to be in the dictionary under tight end. Oh, maybe I do want to be in the dictionary under tight end, but I'm no longer in the dictionary under tight end now that I'm 44 years old and gray hair with glasses. Thanks for pointing that out, Bruce. So I'm extremely honored to be chosen in the Los Gatos Athletics Hall of Fame, and so thankful for what the athletic program did for me and just the Los Gatos as a whole. I also want to thank the Los Gatos Athletic Association and everybody that's involved with choosing these. It's tough to choose positions because we've got a lot of amazing athletes at Los Gatos over the years, and what an amazing program, and I really appreciate all those that came before me as well. When I was growing up, we'd come to the Los Gatos football games, and I remember thinking these players were just larger than life. They were almost like gods to me. I mean, when you're a kid and you're out there watching them, we'd play the football behind the stadium, and it's so fun to see Todd Mayo here, who is literally one of the guys that I admired, looked up to, was lucky enough to live up the street from, actually. And he was, I don't know if Todd's still here or not, but there he is. Okay. Todd Mayo, Jeff Borghese, David Tuttle, many of the athletes that are in this very Hall of Fame. So it's such a huge honor just to be included with those guys. Such a good group of talented people, and I admired them so much. So looking around the room, it's fun to see all these familiar faces. A lot of great memories just come flooding back, and I'm gonna have a hard time holding it together. If you know the Rodgers, we hold our emotions right on our sleeve, and it's easy, right? Patty, you know. So when I heard of this great honor, I thought to myself, how can I stand up here in just 2 hours? Thank you guys for just a couple of minutes. Seems to be a theme here. I'll be quick. Don't worry. How do I possibly stand up here for just a few minutes and thank all of you and thank the program and thank you all the people that literally shaped my life. You taught me, you coached me, you believed in me. I really appreciate that. What a blessing and what an opportunity it is for me to come up here and thank you. And, all right. First of all, I want to thank my parents. Most of you know my parents, my amazing parents. I'm literally one of the luckiest people in the world to have them as parents. A perspective I truly didn't understand until I became a parent myself. So I also want to thank my daughter Paris, and Ashlyn, and Blake, for giving me that perspective. The greatest coach I've ever had in my life is my dad. He taught me hard work, determination can pay off, and I always did so much, and I strove to try and achieve something that would make my father proud of me. So it's really fun to have my parents here, and I know what this means to them as well. I really appreciate that. My dad also set the bar very high for me, as you know. Not only was he an amazing father, he was a great athlete, he was very successful in everything he did, while also being one of the most humble people you'll ever meet. And to my first coach, my mother, who told me almost every day of my life, Travis, you can do anything you put your mind to. And you know she said that. You heard. Just one of those kind of mothers, right? Not only was she supportive of me, but she's also a great supporter of Los Gatos as a whole. I want to thank my sister Shannon. She's always been a very hard worker and just an amazing role model and just one of the most amazing human beings you'll ever meet. I also want to thank my wife, Erin, for all the lessons she's taught me, and she's really today my number one coach and my number one fan and my number one supporter. Secondly, I want to thank my coaches. I'll make this quick, right? But the list of coaches is long. So many throughout the years, but I really want to focus on a few that really, while I was at Los Gatos, just meant so much to me and helped drive me to achieve. Butch Catalico, Willie Harmatz, Mark Magana, Scott Downs. They believed in me, they pushed me, and they really, drove me to be, to push myself beyond where I even thought I was capable. And if you've read the article in the newspaper, you know that I was 5'8", 130 pounds coming into Los Gatos High School, and these guys literally molded me into the athlete that I became. So I'm very thankful for you guys and all the lessons that you gave. there was really no shortcuts. You know, when you're 5'8", 130 pounds, you don't have any opportunity to take shortcuts. So it took a lot of time, a lot of effort, and a lot of coaching from these guys, and I really appreciate it. Bruce Springbed can attest to the fact that he and I were always the last ones on the track at the end of the day. I mean, always, you know. And that was the differentiator. That's what put us over. And you know, one of my favorite quotes from John Wooden: "A good coach can change a game. A great coach can change a life." And these guys truly changed my life. It's also been said that imitation is the greatest form of flattery. And I find myself, as I'm coaching my son's soccer team, his baseball team, saying the same things these guys said to me. You know, whether it's my father saying, "Travis, I will not let you fail." Or the great Coach Italico, when he said, "Travis," I mean, I could do a lot of lines here. There's children and women here, so I really want to buy that book when he writes it one day, his book of quotations. Tell me that guy should not write a book. But the one that I'll share with you guys, as he was yelling at me, and he remembers this because we talked about this before. I'm like, "Coach, why are you always yelling at me?" And he said, "Travis," he took me aside, "Travis, when I stop yelling at you is when I stop caring about you." And that summarizes it, you know, the heart of this guy right here. And he's gonna start crying too. Underneath that hard surface and those famous one-liners that we can't share in mixed company, is that softly and well done. So anyway, I promised I'd make it short, but I've always had such a great support system, and the support system really spans to most of the people in this room. The athletes that came before me, my parents, my amazing friends. I wish more of my teammates were here for this, because honestly, this belongs to them as much as it does to me. But it's also the administration of Los Gatos High School, second to none in the world. I truly say that. You know, Patty, Ted, Al, everybody that's involved, you guys are amazing, and it's always great. It's so fun for me to come back because I have my table of second mothers right here, for better or worse sometimes, Susan in particular. And she reminds me of my prior younger years and all the things that I used to do. So anyway, that's not a bad thing, that's a good thing, Susan. Anyway, you know, as a young athlete, your main focus is hanging out with your buddies. I look at my son when he's out there playing, he just wants to hang out with his friends. And it's really about scoring the winning goal, taking the team to the next level, but it's truly about so much more. It's about perspective, it's about leadership, it's accountability, teamwork, just a few of the many life lessons I learned here in my days at Los Gatos and what's shaped me into being the man that I am today. So thank you for that. Some days I wish I could go back in life, not to change anything, but just to feel things twice. I mean, every time I walk out, I see that field. I get that feeling when I see Los Gatos High School, and you know, just what the feeling that you had, and you have that feeling for the rest of your life. So anyway, I'm here today because my parents, my teammates, my coaches, and I simply just want to say thank you to all of you.
All right.